Today we're going to be dog just sneezed. Today we're going to be talking about Prince Harry's time in the British Army, a career that spans 10 years from 2005 to 2015. Becoming an officer in 2006, Harry was briefly deployed to Afghanistan, but was forced to leave after about 10 weeks after Australian media reported on his whereabouts. Harry would return to Afghanistan for 2 more tours in 2008 and 2012 respectively. He retired from military service in 2015, reaching the rank of captain. With the exception of Prince Andrew serving briefly in the even briefer Falklands War, Prince Harry is the only royal in recent memory to have served in combat operations. He remains incredibly popular with the military community both in the UK and globally, highlighted through his work on the Invictus Games, an Olympic-style event for wounded veterans. Harry has spoken multiple times about the role the Army played in his life, which he has called his happiest times. He has voiced appreciation for the meritocracy he faced in the same uniform and training as, quote, everybody else. Notably, he has said he was the most comfortable in Afghanistan because he was away from the media. This appreciation for military life has seemingly been shared by many he has worked with. Some of Harry's military buddies have been his loudest defenders in the media, putting up much more of a fight than Harry's own family. In 2020, an openly gay soldier came forward and claimed that Harry had defended him from homophobic soldiers. When Harry and Meghan came back to the UK for one final round of engagements, they received a sustained standing ovation from fellow service members, which of course made Harry visibly emotional. Harry's military service has always been interesting as it relates to the royal family. It is tradition for the spare to partake in this type of service. The family PR definitely benefited from the son of the future king serving in Afghanistan. The reason Harry left the military is basically rumor, although Harry himself has said he was at a crossroads. Some have said he was at a point where he had to choose full-time military or full-time royal work. Although that is kind of funny considering his older brother, the heir, at that point was still considered a part-time senior royal. Others have claimed, mostly in biographies, that William was jealous of Harry's military achievements and Harry was forced to come back to work for the family at a time when William and Kate were at peak work-shy criticism. The choice to strip Harry of all his honorary military titles, especially during the year in review, or supposed year in review, has also come under scrutiny, considering that, again, he is the only member of the family to have actively served, and it appears the family is actively trying to keep Andrew's honorariums intact, despite his military patronages being publicly against that. This choice became more stark during Prince Philip's funeral when a decision was hastily made to have the men appear in suits instead of military uniform. Someone must have gotten through to them that having the only member of the family who actually served in a suit while the others cosplay as soldiers was not a particularly good look. Despite being stripped of his honorary military titles, Harry continues to lead the family when it comes to military issues as founder and patron of the Invictus Games. He released a statement about the bonds between soldiers in response to the end of the war in Afghanistan last month, which of course drew criticism from the UK press but was well received elsewhere. Despite the family doing just about anything it can to separate Harry from his military ties, he has persisted and remains a great example of what it means to live a life of service.